Bam, going live. Welcome to the stream tonight. Pro Se Legal School. Get everything pulled up right here. Stopping the court process 101. I'm Coach Neighbors, and tonight's live stream, we're going to cover common mistakes and what we need to do to correct them. And so I'm going to hit on a couple of most important things before we get started. And before we get started, one of the things that I want to say is in my conventional program, you can adjust for necessary changes. You can make necessary changes in my conventional program. In my non-conventional program, you can make changes. In their conventional program, they expect you to give them a chance to agree on any changes that you want to make. So if you filed a pleading or whatever, and then you found my program and you need to make changes to it, the way you do that without filing an amendment, because we don't do that, the way you do that is you file a supplemental pleading. Now you can go to the Federal Rules Civil Procedure and scroll down to the amendment where all the rules are for amending your complaint. Scroll down to the bottom of there, all the way down by that little tiny number, and then you'll see it says supplemental pleading. You need to review what you need to be able to do the supplemental pleading. And when you go and do that, you'll find out that, and you can file as many supplemental pleading that you want, as long as you do the two things that they require. So I'm gonna let you guys go look that up for the people who need to do that. Now let's just get right into what we're going to talk about tonight. The mistakes. Okay. The mistakes. Now, most of these mistakes that we're going to talk about can be corrected by just doing. Okay, you'll see. So, the number one mistake I think that I want to touch on is people's failure to study the instructional videos for the lawsuit package to invest in. That to me is going to be going to be the number one thing that I'm going to throw on the table. Because when you fail to look at the instructional video for the lawsuit package, you have no idea how to use the package, how to use the documents in the package. And if you use the documents in the package when you have no idea how you're supposed to use them, then I'm thinking you're using them as if they were conventional documents that you would file or have an attorney prepare for you, that you would file in the attorney's case, and then wait for their friend judge to rule on. Did you catch that last? Did you catch the last part? So if you're not using them the way that I structured them to be used on the real-time feedback from everybody, then you're pretty much coaching yourself. And you're using the documents according to how you would use them if they were conventional documents that's prepared by an attorney. And so that means that you're just going to file them, even if you don't understand them, and then you're going to go wait for the judge to rule. Oh, so yeah, for the people that are doing that, if you're facing foreclosure, I'm going to suggest that you go throw your stuff in the yard. That's and for the other people, you just go lock yourself up, because all they're going to do is just stall. So if you don't watch the instructional videos or the updated instructional, and you need to watch both. You need to watch the updated instructional videos and the instructional video for the lawsuit package that are in the instructional video playlist on my YouTube channel to understand how you're supposed to use that. So that's going to be the number one thing that I'm probably going to throw on the table for the mistakes, the misconceptions, the situations, the beginning of the situations. Now, one of the things, and this thing is probably going, I don't know, these first two, I don't know which one I would choose as number one. Okay, because when you don't watch the instructional video, then you don't understand that, and you don't read the document or understand the document, then you don't understand that the lender has nothing to do with the foreclosure. And when you go up in there after adding the lender to my fire, they know you don't know what you're talking about. They know you have no idea what the hell you're talking about because the lender done a charge off and they claimed it on their taxes, wrote it off the insurance, and the money that they stole from your signature in the first place. And then they sold it to the third-party debt collectors. Or at least that's my contention on it. And then the third-party debt collectors that work for the state, the state that committed real estate defraud to get your okay, let me stay focused. But you guys know what I'm talking about here, okay? When you add the servicer or the lender or say anything about them being in the program or whatever, then they know that you have no idea what you're talking about. And they're just going to stall you out, move your ass up on the list to be evicted and try to get that shit handled before you figure out that you have no idea what you're doing. Because you didn't watch and once you say something about the servicer or the lender, they're going to automatically dismiss your stuff or failure to state a claim at the end, as long as they can drag it out to beat you down. So we don't add the lender to nothing or the servicer to nothing. We only add the three people that we mentioned in the updated instruction video or in the instructional video, and sometimes we add the parties that are controlling the eviction process, if that's where you're at, to get that shut down. And the more people you add, the more complicated it gets later on. So really, sometimes people are emotional when I add all these to a whole bunch of people because they pissed them off. And the only reason you should be adding anybody, in my opinion, over what we suggest in the instructions is to get control of the eviction process. Now, this next one is an interesting one, and I'm just going to throw it out here. This mistake of people worrying about connecting the lies that you learn from the legal system to my lawsuit package. And most of what people know already about the legal system was taught to you by bar members. It's all lies, like we have rights and that they're going to help you protect them. Oh yeah, start the gate. Oh yeah, they have a license to practice law. Oh hell no, they don't have no license. Yeah, all of that, that you have to register your shit in their office, and that if you don't do that, they tell you if you don't register your deed in their office, it's going to allow other people to get on your property. You won't be able to verify the title. That's such a crock. Okay, before the bar members start doing all this crap that they're doing and when some gold and so whatever, okay, your deed was kept in your Bible after it was notarized and signed by the parties. And anybody that wanted to get on your property would have to show up with something that was obviously signed and notarized prior to your document. It was simple. People don't realize that having your deed in their office allows people from other countries to access your property information. I am not lying. Okay. But it also allows people from this country to access your property information. And what people I'm talking about? I'm talking about the bar members. The bar members. I had a couple in Texas that was in foreclosure, and this is when I learned the most about the non-judicial situation. And what we learned was that even though they had all the documentation to show that lien had been released, they was in foreclosure and hadn't taken out a loan against the property or nothing or whatever. and it was a small amount. And so, yeah, we got to looking at it, and it turns out what happened was the bar members went down to the county recorder's office and got the property information from the record that's open to the public. And then they recorded an assignment against these people's property, an illegal assignment, because they don't have anything to do with anything. Well, why would they do that? Well, most attorneys know 99% of us can't afford them. And even if you could afford one, they're going to throw your ass under the bus in the end to get a cut automatically of what they steal from you, in addition to what they take from you for the fake help. And they get the same deal from their buddies down the street. And that's why attorneys won't help you with foreclosure, because their buddies down the street are relying on them to do the same thing. They're doing the same thing. So people are worried about connecting all of these lies and all this stuff to and that's and I explain to people, look, we don't use none of those lies. We figured out, instead of going after them for the what, we need to be going after the why. And so that's what we do. We go after the why they were able to do the what. So now we're addressing the state's day-to-day procedures and policies that allow them to put your deed in the office, okay? Because that registration of the deed allowed the first illegal lien to be put on your property. And the first illegal lien was the mortgage lien, because if there were several people that own property, all of the owners have to be present to sign that lien. So the fact that the alleged lender accepted the signature from your happy ass proves that you owned it already, and I smell stink. People need to get the lawsuit package, and they need to learn it. They need to learn what's on that paper. If you learn what's on that paper, and that's all you talk about with these fools, when you're talking to your clerk, when you're talking on the phone, or when you're emailing them fools, that's all you're talking about, then they're not going to want to have your ass in their court, okay? They don't decide to have your ass in court unless they don't have no respect for you and they know that they can control you. Now, one of the other things that people are doing that's causing a little bit of a problem is people communicate with me or message me in Twitter or X, Twex, before they study the instructions or look at the package. And this is kind of going back to where we started in the first place. If you haven't looked at the instructions or checked out the package and you communicate with me, you contact me, then all we're going to be doing is talking about the past. And it's not going to be have much value for either one of us. So I'm going to put a link to my website up here on the board, so you guys can go here to winningcourtnow.com and take a look at the legal options that you have to take care of these problems. Now, I got a new video that I'm going to post, and I've been working on this video for a couple of minutes. And this video is going to outline why you guys should be using my service, what I bring to the table. Yeah, y'all know that's going to be fire. Yeah, I'm going to post it after this stream later tonight. So it'll go all day tomorrow. And you guys that are new, make sure that you follow me on Twitter at Coach_Neighbors. Neighbors_Coach. Neighbors_Coach. Oh, hell, I don't know. I'm still new there. So you guys check us out over there. If you have these situations, you need to correct them the way that we talked about in the beginning. Okay. If you had the wrong person on there, you can do an amendment. I can tell you right now, it's not a problem finding people at you got the damn clerk's ass. Dude, for not making them do what yeah. Dude, it's not a problem to figure out who you can add to this situation. So that right there should help you guys if you're struggling with that part of this and you made a mistake, or you found out that you made a mistake and you need to change something. And there is my email address. Now, for you guys that are been in the program and using my stuff and still in your house, if you can send me a review video to this email address, Advocates for Justice Legal SERVIC with no E at Gmail, I would really appreciate it. I've got a new playlist for the videos, for the review videos, so people can go and see the videos from the actual people that invested in my program. Now, if you don't want people to see your face, that's fine. You can just make audio, so we just hear your voice. But I need to know who you are for my purposes. As far as other people go, I don't really care, but I'm very serious about my reviews. So I'd like to know who's sending them, so that I know who's, so that way I can know who not to bother, or I can know if someone like needs something extra or something. Oh, your name's gonna pop over on the right side of my brain if I got one of those real quick. Oh yeah, but there's no pressure, right? Oh, there's always pressure. Get them video reviews into my email here so that I can post them and have a new playlist for people to go to and see what real folks have to say about what the hell we about how we play. So see what real folks have to say about how we play. Thank you guys for the value of sharing your time. I will see you in the next video tomorrow.